Week's book recommendation on the School for Writers podcast is Patricia Cornwell, like literally all of her. I had never read a Patricia Cornwell. I know that's weird because she's a #1 New York Times bestseller, has so many books, but I recently was traveling and I was diagnosed with COVID. I got really sick and I checked myself into a hotel room to isolate myself and got tested and had COVID, which meant that I couldn't leave this hotel room for over a week. And I called up the hotel manager and I explained the situation, and it was an expensive Hilton. It was the only place that was available at the time when I was sick. I just booked it, and I booked in it, and I was like, I can't afford this. I can't afford this for 10 days. I thought I was going to have to be there for 2 weeks. So I talked to the manager, and he was such a lovely human. Just one of those people that makes you believe in humanity again. And not only did he give me a significant discount on my room, he also offered to walk down to the local used bookstore and get me some books to read to entertain myself. So he asked me a little bit about what I like and who I am. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. When he's like, do you like books? And I was like, please, do you know who I am? You don't know who I am. I like books. Let's just say I like books. I love books. So he walked down, he asked me questions, and he walked out and he came back with Patricia Cornwell. And he told me he got these for me because they were strong, independent women who wrote serious books and in genre, which were all things I liked. And I thought that was so sweet. And I was kind of like, I don't know, like murder mysteries, that seems weird. No, I devoured them immediately. Patricia Cornwell kept me company while I was stuck inside a hotel room, unable to leave for a week. And so for that, she is my book recommendation for this week and probably for the rest of my life. So, but the particular book that I really enjoyed was part of the Kay Scarpetta series that Patricia Cornwell writes, and that is All That Remains. And this is book, I think, 3 or 4 in the series, and it was so well written. You know, oftentimes the reason genre books get a bad rep, romance, fantasy, mystery, and thriller, is these series books, is because, you know, you think about like the debut novel's great, and then the follow-ups and then follow-ups, and it kind of, there's this idea that they get worse and worse as they start being rapidly put out. And if this is the 4th book in a series, this was a book that was probably rapidly put out. Patricia Cornwell is an amazing author. This is a really well-written book. And I love a good series. I love where you can really follow an arc over the whole series and also enjoy that one book on its own. So I enjoyed this book, Patricia Cornwell's All That Remains, and then I went and I bought all of the, well, not all, I bought like the first 4 Kay Scarpetta series novels so I can read up to this, and I'm probably going to keep buying them. They are just really well-written murder mysteries. One caveat though, y'all, reading about people being murdered while you're home alone and stuck somewhere, like when you're stuck in a hotel, that feels safe. But when I got home and started reading more of them, I got real nervous walking around alone at night. So just warning you all, read them during the day, not at night. They get a little scary. But other than that, there's really nothing more I can say about Patricia Cornwell other than you should read her if you haven't yet. If you're not a big fan of hers yet, I understand why she has a huge following. I understand why she's a New York Times bestseller. And I look forward to the day that I can have her on the podcast because these books were amazing and they kept me company during a really hard time. So I highly suggest going out and getting yourself, I would say just get this one, but also maybe get the first 3 or 4 of the Kay Scarpetta series from Patricia Cornwell. And that is this week's book recommendation. You can grab yourself a copy of those books using the bookshop.org link in our bio. Bookshop.org allows you to support local independent bookstores, and it's an affiliate link, so you support the School for Writers podcast. Or if you're a huge fan of audiobooks like me, you can use the Libro.fm link that we have below. Libro.fm is an amazing alternative to that big name audiobook company that we all know about. And they support, you get to choose a local independent bookstore to support. And if you use the link below, you get a free audiobook and we get a free audiobook. So it's a win-win for everybody. Please support local independent bookstores when you get your books and go and grab yourself a bunch of these Patricia Cornwell novels. I loved them so much. Have a great day and happy reading.